Well, quite a number of people have written to me or asked me as I meet them, as I go about my business, why are the predictions that are coming from government scientists so wrong? Why are they consistently wrong? The record is absurd, and it goes back much further than this coronavirus nonsense. It goes back some time. And of course, the prime candidate for absurdity is Professor Neil Ferguson of the Imperial College London. Now, he is a mathematical modeller. So he has a machine, he has a computer machine which projects models. This is sort of modern day astrology. So we all know if you put rubbish in one end and you get rubbish out the other. If you ask a mathematical machine to multiply what happened in the last 4 weeks for the next 4 weeks, it will give you a mathematical solution. But a mathematical solution or mathematical machine isn't rational. It can't think rationally. It's not a human being. All it will do is will give you the number, and this is the problem that we have, and it's the problem that Neil Ferguson has, and he keeps on sticking to these mathematical models which are consistently wrong. So we know he was wrong in 2001 when it came to foot and mouth. It was quite the most appalling stuff he was coming out with, that there'll be 150,000 deaths. There were in fact 200. In 2002, he predicted 50,000 deaths from mad cow disease. There were in fact 177. In 2005, Ferguson predicted 150 million deaths from bird flu. There were in fact 282 from 2003 to 2009. He predicted with swine flu, the prediction was the same source, 65,000 British deaths. There were 457. This man is utterly hopeless. Utterly hopeless, consistently wrong. And yet the BBC go on interviewing him, government go on listening to him and his ilk, no matter how wrong they continue to be. Very, very odd. Now, perhaps we need to step back and think we must look at it another way, and this is something I think science is starting to look at now. They're beginning to credit, are they not, and you must make your own mind up, they are beginning to credit this virus with having rational thinking, or certainly a primitive form of rational thinking like a mammal maybe, or an insect, because look what they're crediting it with. And this is, we know this, don't we? We know this from the rules and regulations that they're bringing out. Well, we're told that the virus can't jump more than 2 metres. That's why they put all these notices all around the place, in the pubs, in the shops and on the street, even on the pavement, 2 metres. So we know that the virus believes it can't jump more than 2 metres. And if it tries to do that from one person to the next, it will fall to the ground and be swept up or trodden on. Presumably, that's what it's thinking. We know in pubs, it only lingers in the area of the bar. You can't go out to the bar like you'd like to do in your pub because that's where the virus is waiting for you. But you can go to the corner with your mates, but not more than 6 mates. Go to the corner with your 6 mates and you're all right. You're safe. Unless, of course, you stand up and want to go to the lavatory. Now, if you want to do that, you have to put a mask on because you know that that little virus is a very clever little chap. And he'll know after about 6 or 7 pints you're going to want to pee, and he's wait for you in the car seat, and he's going to get you there. What a clever little beast it is, isn't it? We also know, don't we, because the government's told us, it doesn't attack more than 6 people, so you can have a dinner party for 6. But that 7th or 8th guy, that little virus is waiting to go wham, gotcha. So we know that it can count. We also know, this is pretty fascinating, that it knows what the time is. It can tell the time, this little chap. Quite astonishing. It knows that come 10 o'clock it's time to pounce. A little bit like the mosquitoes in the River Plate estuary, which I've had experience of. They come out at 6 o'clock and they go back at 7. But it's absolutely wonderful timekeeping that these little mosquitoes have. And it would appear that this virus is much the same, if you believe what the government and the government scientists are telling you. Now, all these rules and regulations seem to me to be crediting this little virus with some form of intelligence. There's no question about it. How could you not assume that if you look at what the government rules and regulations are? So this is what I think is coming, and I've had 1 or 2 spies at Imperial College. The next thing that's coming down the route for us is, we all know, don't we, we've seen pictures or mock-ups of that little virus. It's a little ball, isn't it, with spikes on. It's like a little spherical football with spikes on. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. We've seen perhaps too much of it. We've seen exactly what it is. Now, here's the latest theory. Here's the latest theory that I think Imperial College are coming out with. And this isn't confirmed. This isn't confirmed. They're coming out with that virus looks very like a pineapple if you look at it, doesn't it? It looks just like a pineapple. So here's the latest theory coming out of Imperial College. Here's a pineapple. Now we credit this little virus with intelligence. We credit it with a thought process. Now this is billions of times the size of a virus, of this coronavirus, billions of times. Now this is the idea. Here's the idea. If the virus sees this, the virus will go, my God, that's a monster virus. That's a giant of a virus. I don't want to mess with that. I'm not going anywhere in that. That's a really big boy. I've never seen anything but one of my cousins that big. I'm staying away. So I think what we can expect from the Imperial College London next is that we're going to wear this on our head. We're going to wear a pineapple on our head, and I know the Public Health England are working on some sort of harness where we can keep it on our head. And this is going to frighten this virus away. It'll frighten it away with this little beastie, and we might be able to keep one in the car, or we might be able to keep it even on the table, when it's on the bar, in the pub. Yeah. We could have lots and lots of pineapples. Or we'll know if this is going to be the new hypothesis if Sir Patrick Vallance starts buying futures or stocks in pineapple manufacturing companies. So that'd be quite interesting. So there we are. Now I'll leave you with one thought. This government and its scientists are absolutely dead keen on vaccines. They're dead keen to insert something in you to stop this virus, stop this coronavirus. Let's hope to hell they're not considering inserting one of these in us. Where would one put it? As most of you know, my work is very heavily independently research based. And I get my information from all over the world. It would help if you press the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, because the more subscribers I have, the more likely it is that international independent research institutes will share their material with me. It's most helpful, and then of course I automatically share it with you. So, surprise, won't cost you anything. Thank you very much.